In a move that shocks some but makes perfect sense for others, Jordan Clarkson, the veteran guard known for his high-scoring games and electric playstyle, is expected to sign with the New York Knicks after completing a buyout with the Utah Jazz. The move is set to give the Knicks a low-cost scoring option off the bench as they continue to rebuild their depth and round out their roster for the upcoming NBA season. This addition, though unexpected, carries significant implications for both Clarkson and the Knicks as they try to position themselves for a deep playoff run. Clarkson's decision to join the Knicks comes after an interesting and somewhat surprising development. The 33-year-old guard agreed to a buyout with the Utah Jazz, forfeiting part of his $14.3 million salary to become a free agent. This decision came just days ago, and now Clarkson's future seems clear. He's headed to one of the biggest basketball markets in the world. After clearing waivers, which is expected to happen on Wednesday, the deal with the Knicks will be finalized. So, what does this signing really mean for the Knicks? For starters, it allows them to add a player with some serious scoring ability to their bench at a very low cost. Clarkson is expected to sign on a veteran's minimum deal, a route that helps the Knicks save their mid-level exception for another potential free agent target. New York is known for being aggressive in the trade and free agent markets, and with Clarkson's veteran minimum deal, they can continue their pursuit of more significant pieces, including front-court players. One name that has been thrown around is Al Horford, the veteran center who won a championship with the Boston Celtics just a year ago. His potential availability at a reasonable price could provide the Knicks with the extra muscle they need in the paint. Now, at 33, Clarkson's best days may be behind him, but let's not forget just a few seasons ago, he was averaging a respectable 20.8 points per game while shooting 44.4% from the field. Plus, Clarkson was the NBA's sixth man of the year in 2021, a recognition that underscores his scoring ability off the bench. Clarkson has built his reputation on being a high-volume shooter, someone who can come in and light up the scoreboard in a short amount of time. While his defense isn't exactly his strength, his ability to create his own shot is a luxury that the Knicks can benefit from, particularly off the bench. However, last season was a tough one for Clarkson. The Jazz struggled and found themselves near the bottom of the standings. Clarkson's individual performance also took a dip, with his field goal percentage falling to 40.8%, a significant drop compared to previous years. This decline in performance likely contributed to the buyout, as the Jazz sought to move on from players who weren't fitting into their long-term plans. One of the most interesting elements of this move is the connection between Clarkson and Rich Paul, the renowned agent at Clutch Sports. Paul, of course, has a somewhat checkered history with the New York Knicks. The two sides had a rocky relationship, as reported earlier in 2024, when Paul and Knicks GM Leon Rose had a heated discussion to smooth over past tensions. Despite the past issues, the two sides were able to come together to finalize the Clarkson deal. This speaks to the growing importance of player agents in today's NBA, where connections and professional relationships often play as big a role as the basketball decisions themselves. Now, as Clarkson prepares to join the Knicks, there are a few questions left to answer. While Clarkson's addition gives the Knicks a dynamic scoring option off the bench, New York is still very much in a transition phase. The team is heavily over the luxury tax line, with Karl Anthony Towns set to be their top earner next season at over $53 million. The Knicks' ability to spend in free agency is very limited, making moves like Clarkson's veteran minimum deal even more important. At the same time, Clarkson joins a Knicks roster that already has several solid pieces in place, including players like Miles McBride, Mitchell Robinson, and Josh Hart. The team's starting lineup is more or less locked in, and with their top 7 rotations solidified, Clarkson will likely have to battle for minutes off the bench. One of the key objectives for the Knicks going into this offseason is expanding their rotation and developing younger players. Last season, New York's starting five logged more minutes than any other group in the league, an unsustainable strategy if the team wants to make a serious playoff push in the future. So, Clarkson's arrival is part of a bigger picture for the Knicks, as they aim to increase the importance of their bench unit. If Clarkson can regain some of his previous form, he could be an important player in that effort.